All right, this is the VA loan breakout. Welcome. So, veterans active duty, other eligible parties. Your VA loan benefit is going to fit into two buckets. One is VA direct, and one is the VA backed loan, which I'm going to say is the most popular because you've got all the participating banks, lenders, brokerages, credit unions doing it. So what happens is the company, whoever it is, bank, credit union, whatever, the company gets approved by the VA to do these VA loans. And the VA, what they do is provide a guarantee for the mortgage company. And what this guarantee does is it provides a certain amount of coverage for the lender in the event of default on the veteran or eligible party. And this guarantee allows the lender to do things they otherwise would not do if that guarantee weren't in place. Things like give an outstanding interest rate even if the credit is not perfect, or of course the most popular thing out there, most folks know about the doing it with no money down, and doing a purchase with no money down, or refinance with 100% up to 100% of the value of the home. And both of these things, the no down payment and the refinance up to 100%, are with no private mortgage insurance. There's no PMI on that. So you get a fantastic rate, no PMI. You get an outstanding rate even if the credit is not perfect, and you've got that 100% financing both on the refinance and the purchase. Problem is this, is that a lot of the companies out there, I won't say a lot, I'd say a decent portion of them, even though they're approved to do VA loans, their staff are ill trained. This is what I've seen personally out there in the world, the 26 years I've been doing this. Their folks are ill trained. They just have the minimum amount of training to basically be a salesperson, not a true advisor to the veteran or eligible party on the loan, but more like a salesperson just to get them in. And then you might have some processors fumbling around with it, underwriters fumbling around with it, and anyway, it's just damn irritating. I ran into this at almost every company, not every company, but several of the companies I've worked at over the years, and it's just a damn disservice to the veterans and the other eligible parties. I've fought so many battles, underwriting battles and processing battles, trying to get them straight on this. When I was working there, saying, oh, no, they can't do this, or no, they're disqualified on this. And I was like, hell no. Look at the guy. And I had to literally sometimes, a couple times, I went to the VA, get a printout of the guidelines and show them, or get an email. One of the VA underwriters was nice enough to send me some information, just so I can give that directly to the underwriter, because she was telling me she runs into that a lot. Asshole companies, sorry, these companies not being technically proficient at the level they should be to do these loans, and so it's a damn shame. This is why I was mentioning in the main video, don't be discouraged about using your VA benefits. Look into it. And yes, there are some times when, for the well-qualified veterans, when conventional will work out better than than VA. But you're not going to know that until you explore the options, and you explore those options with a loan originator that's qualified and a company that knows what the hell they're doing. And you can find these companies. Like, for example, I do, my little company, VA loans are, one of the loans I specialize in. And I actually put that out there on my website. I want folks to know that. And I don't just put it out there in the manner of VA loans are available like these places do, or like I won't mention the name of a couple certain banks. One of those banks had the nerve, couldn't even put could not even put a real a military person on there. Of all the branches of service, between all the different types, of active duty, reserve, guard, I, with all the veterans and active duty people available, these shit sticks, this really big bank had nerve to put, they had on their the ATM machine, and saw it in another ad, this guy on there with freaking sideburns and a goatee. When in the have any of you seen anybody in the military with sideburns and a goatee that is still in the military? So I mean, I'm just saying it just shows the lack of caring. They just didn't give a shit. They want to look like heroes, putting out there that they do VA loans, but they truly don't give a shit. They're just trying to pull business in. And I don't want you all to end up at a company like that. There are lenders out there that specialize in doing VA loans, and they put that out there, on their website. Hey, this is what we do. This is our thing. And there are brokerages like mine that put that out there. So go to the companies that put that out there, not just the ones that put out couple bullshit pictures of some person in uniform who never served a damn day in the military, just to get business from the veterans. This bunch of ass clowns. And I even saw one time, maybe he's retracted it since then on Dave Ramsey's show, which I got nothing against Dave Ramsey. I actually learned something from his show before, but I have seen, unfortunately, him put out some inaccurate mortgage information, both him and his guest, on more than one occasion. And one of the worst occasions was when I watched one episode when he was speaking negatively about the VA loans. That just straight pissed me off. You want to talk about mortgage stuff, great. Maybe you should spend some time researching the material first. There's lots of people out there, especially with him. I'm sure he has access to practically anyone who can bone him up on this knowledge, or get someone who's technically and tactically proficient with the VA loans to talk on his show. Saying the VA loans are bad loans is just a crock of horse shit and a disservice, a slap in the face to the people who earned those VA benefits. So look into them, because with those folks, this disinformation that's out there. One of the big things I'll tell you that's surrounding it is the VA funding fee. You probably heard that's the big thing. So the VA funding fee, maybe I'll put a link to the funding fee schedule so you can look at it, the VA funding fee for active duty and other eligible parties, how it's broke down, how much you pay. Also for the initial and the subsequent VA loan, like for the Streamline, you pay a different amount. And of course, the VA funding fee, as a lot of you might know, it's waived for veterans receiving 10% or more disability. So the VA funding fee, with a larger loan, it could get pricey. However, that is nothing compared to a damn 20% down payment. That funding fee is equivalent to like a 20% down payment. You get excellent pricing, no PMI with that. Hell of a trade-off. Whatever you pay, if there's a larger loan, you got a $9,000 funding fee. By the way, you guys, I hope you guys know and gals know, you don't have to pay the funding fee out of pocket. It gets added in. And I have one more really cool thing to tell you about the funding fee. So, you're talking about a $9,000 funding fee if it's a larger loan, but you didn't have to put $35,000, $40,000 down payment, hell of it. And if you get the house at a fantastic price, at the right time, you got into the house, you didn't have to put the down payment, you got it at a great time. Now you're increasing in equity. Also, for refinancing, being able, I had this one veteran, I actually didn't do the loan, but I coached him. By the way, I'm always available to help anybody. I don't even have to do the damn loan, but if I can help veterans, active duty, other eligible parties, more than happy to. If I got the time, I will freaking do it. I'll make the time to do it. I don't even have to do your loan. So I helped this one individual. He consolidated debt. He tried so many different ways to consolidate the debt. He didn't want to roll it into the house. Finally, he had no choice because it was just crushing. And we're talking, it was something crazy like $800 something a month and consumer debt payments. So he consolidated that finally with the VA loan, all of that high freaking interest debt into, like, at the time, the going rate on it was like 3.5%, which is, crazy. I think the regular conventional rates were like 4-something%, high 4-something%. 4 and 5/8, 4 3/4. He got like 3.5 cash out loan up to 95% with no PMI, and lowered that freaking payment down, like, by all the overall payments, including the mortgage and the debt. It was like about $1,000. Was crazy, and just really was a lifesaver for him. Was the funding fee worth it? Shit, yeah, it was worth it. There's a ton more situations where the funding fee is worth it than not worth it. And the one of the coolest things about the funding fee that I love is that it's veterans helping other veterans. That funding fee doesn't go to some greedy ass bank or some shisty lender. That doesn't go to anyone but the Veterans Administration to help fund the program for other veterans, which is freaking terrific. This is not just straight public funded or anything like that. That funding fee that that the veterans are paying and other eligible parties is going to the VA to help fund the program. So it's not just on the tax dollars and some shit stick non-veteran fuckface politician or other person who's looking to make themselves out the hero to find some money in some other area. They attacks this thing. They can't attack this thing and the program and try to get rid of it like the shit sticks they are, because the veterans fund a huge part of that. And that's the wonderful thing about the funding fee. So don't let that turn you off, because in 90% of the cases, the funding fee is well worth it. And in the other cases, well, do the conventional loan. Why, do the conventional loan. So anyway, that's what I wanted to do this breakout on this fee. Just, so many people that are not qualified to be talking any shit are talking shit about the VA program. It's an outstanding program. Certainly, I will say this, 30 years ago, like when I first tried to get mine 30 years ago, it was a little bit of a hot mess, and they made huge improvements since then. So don't pass up on your VA loan benefit. Get someone qualified to help you. Thank you for your service, and let me know if you have any questions. All right. This concludes the VA loan breakout.